Hi, how's it going? It's Cody here. I just wanted to put together this quick video for you on Penguin recovery. There's still a lot of people out there that are really struggling with the Penguin updates from Google, so I figured I'd put this video together to try and help you out a little bit. So essentially, you've got two types of penalties that are associated with Penguin. The first is going to be a manual penalty, and this is where you receive a notice in Webmaster Tools notifying you of unnatural linking or some kind of manual spam penalty against you. Now, in order to resolve this penalty, you must remove links, you must use the disavow tool, and you must do a reconsideration request. This type of penalty is not going to go away; it's going to have to be dealt with. When it comes to the disavow tool, it is a little bit controversial, I suppose. There's a lot of SEOs out there that don't like to use it, but we've been having some pretty good luck with it here and getting a lot of success. So we're going to let you make up your own mind when it comes to whether you use the disavow tool or not. The second type of link penalty is the automatic link discount. This is where a site has dropped, but no manual action has been taken against the site, so there's no notification in Webmaster Tools. And actually, this is really pretty easy to fix. So let's first look at the manual penalties. This is where you get a message in Webmaster Tools. If you've received a manual penalty on the site in Webmaster Tools, you must do a reconsideration request. There's no other way to do it. So here are some guidelines on what to do if you need to do a reconsideration request. First thing you need to do is to run a link analysis on the site. Now we like to use link research tools at linkresearchtools.com. It's a Kemper tools, I think. It's a really great tool. It's fairly inexpensive and it does a really good job. So what it also does is classify links as toxic, harmful, very harmful, moderately harmful, so it allows you to see at quick glance, especially if you have a lot of links to a site, it makes it very easy to see what needs to be dealt with first. So what you're going to want to do after running the link research tools is to remove yourself as many of the toxic links, as many as the bad backlinks as you can, and you're also going to want to make a note on where these links have been removed. Next, you're going to want to create a disavow file and submit that to Google for the rest of the bad links that you're unable to get to manually. So again, this is another reason I really like the link research tools, is because it will create the disavow file for you, which makes life super easy. So next thing you're going to want to do after you've taken those steps is you're going to want to write a reconsideration request to Google. And there's a few things you're going to have to do in that. The first is you're going to have to admit guilt, unfortunately. The second thing you're going to need to do is document the links that you've tried to remove yourself. And the third thing that you need to do is you're going to have to promise that you're not going to do it again. So here's an example of the type of request that we send on behalf of our client, and it's been getting some really good results for us. So, like I say, you're going to want to admit guilt to start with. So we write something along the lines, "I'm very sorry, but I've engaged in unnatural link building in the past. I've also hired freelance SEOs that have built these links on my behalf. To correct this, I've removed these links," and this is where you put in the links that you've removed yourself, that you've recorded. Then you're going to want to write, "I've also contacted webmasters to remove these links," and put a list of links that you've contacted webmasters to remove. And then you're going to want to write, "I've also used the disavow tool to discount these links," and then you can just put the links that were created in the disavow file. That's really easy. And then lastly, you want to write something along the lines of, "Please reconsider my site. I promise I will not do this again. Sincerely, your name." So to recap on that, we need a few things in the reconsideration request to be successful, at least in our experience anyway. You're going to need an admission of guilt. You're going to need to admit that you've done something wrong. You're going to have to tell them what you did and what you've done about it, how you've tried to clear that up, and you're going to have to promise that you won't do it again. And remember, this is a real person that's going to be reviewing this, so trying to make it as personal and as real as possible, because their decision at the end of the day is going to affect the results. So this works. This does work. We're getting some really good results with this. We're starting to see, or we've been seeing lots of sites improve after reconsideration requests. Okay, so going on with when we're doing the link analysis and links that we want to remove, here are some of the things that we're looking for. We want to avoid links on a page that has any of the following footprints. So if it's got sponsored anywhere close to the link, or even on the page really, link partner, link exchange, paid links, profiled links, anything along those lines that you can think of that are going to give an indication that the link is not an editorial decision on behalf of the webmaster. So any page where these type of footprints are on, you definitely want to avoid and get your links off of those pages. pages. The second thing we want to look at is the H1 and H2 tags. These are very important as far as seeing if a link's helpful or harmful to a site. So the H1 and H2 tag must be relevant to the anchor text on the page. If it is, you're probably fine. If it's not, the link will be considered irrelevant and spam by Google. So, for example, if your link is if your keyword is herbal supplements, and in your title it's a list of the 10 best herbal supplements, 10 best herbal supplements in the H1 tag or the H2 tag, then you're going to be fine. If not, then it's probably a little bit questionable, and you want to get that link removed. So next thing is the text around the anchor text. The 3 words before the anchor text and the 3 words after the anchor text are also very important, and they must be related to the anchor text. So if you've got synonyms or words that are related to the anchor text before and after, and you have uh, synonyms and the keyword itself in the H1 and H2 tags, then you're probably going to be okay. Google's going to look at that page, and that anchor text is being relevant to that page, and you're going to be okay. If not, you're going to want to get it removed, or it's going to cause you problems. So quick caveat, quick warning, it's not advisable to use anchor text any longer. A raw link should point to the page where the desired keyword is optimized for. Any use of anchor text should be done with extreme caution these days. Google's really cracking down on anchor text, and a lot of these problems are, well, as we're all aware, coming from excessive use of anchor text. So best practices these days really is to, we're back to good old-fashioned on-page optimization, where we want to optimize the page for the keyword, and then we just send uh, a link from a raw URL pointing to that page to allow Google to decide what keyword to rank for themselves. We really want to be very sparingly using anchor text, or it's going to cause us all kinds of problems. Another warning, links that do not meet this relevancy or on a page with a negative footprint on a site or a site-wide are absolutely deadly and will be considered spam by Google. So haven't mentioned yet, but site-wide links, as I'm sure all are aware, are really bad news these days. We want to get rid of any site-wide links that we have, and we want to make sure that any links that we have are really laser targeted as far as relevancy and accuracy goes. So also it goes without saying, you want to stay well away from blog rolls, sidebar links. They're certainly going to be penalized. So lastly, with regards to the manual link penalties, we don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater here. We don't want to destroy good links. You don't want to be removing good links that are out there, because you're going to need those to rebuild the rankings. So depending on how much spam has been sent out, you may wish to manually review the links or disavow all of them. If you sent out hundreds of thousands of spammy links, or tens of thousands of spammy links, and it's just not going to be possible to go through and review them and remove them. So it may be better to use the disavow tool and just start over again. But if you've been doing at least partially white hat SEO, and you've got some links out there that are good, then you don't want to destroy all the good links, because they are going to have to be rebuilt. Okay, you might have to submit multiple reconsideration requests. We've had to submit 2, 3, 4 requests sometimes on a site to get the penalty removed. It's just a case of go through the process, and if the site is not reconsidered, then go through the process again. After it's removed, after the penalty is removed, you should have a clean sheet to start again with the white hat SEO process and start rebuilding the site, rebuilding the backlinks with high quality backlinks. You really want to stay away from anything spammy at all these days. So that concludes how to resolve manual penalties against a site. So moving on, let's look at the second type of penalty, and that's just a devaluation penalty. Really, the links have been devalued. So next we're going to look at what to do if a site has simply dropped in rankings and does not have a manual penalty action against it. So if you haven't received a warning or a notification in Webmaster Tools of unnatural linking, or something that you shouldn't be doing, that if the rankings have just gone down, then this is the part of the video that applies to you. So this second penalty isn't really even a penalty. Rankings drop just due to the links being devalued, just links to a site being devalued. So it might be a situation where we was talking about previously, where the H2 tags are not relevant to the anchor text. So Google's just determined that those they're just not relevant links. They're just not going to assign any value to those. So if you have an awful lot of those type of links that were previously passing page rank and passing link juice, then and they've all of a sudden been devalued, then it's not necessarily a penalty. It's just a case that the links that were giving you the rankings are no longer relevant. They're no longer counted. So chances are this has happened to a site, then you're using black hat tactics, and that needs to stop. You just don't want to do more of the same stuff to try and correct the problem. It will ultimately end up in a manual penalty, and that's really a much worse situation. You don't want to end up in a situation where you're getting a manual penalty, because that's so much harder to get out of than just rankings dropping. So all that's happened here is Google simply discounted the links that were contributing towards rankings. It's not so much a penalty as much as an adjustment to what's going on. So all you really need to do is just to go through, review the links that are questionable, and if required, that are questionable, either using the link research tool or manually, remove anything that's dangerous, and start again building high quality links. Stay away from the black hat stuff, stay away from automated software, content in front of the right audience, and get some viral sharing going on, and you're going to be just fine. So 9 times out of 10, we find that this solves the problem with regards to Penguin. If this doesn't solve the problem, then we're probably looking at some deeper issues that need a little bit more thought and a little bit more process. So far we've talked about how to fix an existing problem, but of course the best solution is not to have the problem at all in the first place. So if you want more information on what's currently on fire in the white hat SEO world, then you can apply for a free strategy session with us, where we can talk to you directly about your needs and the problems that you're having, and possibly how we can help you with those needs. So also, we'd love to have you on one of our free webinars where we go into depth in cutting edge SEO techniques that are a must, that you're going to need going into 2014 and beyond. The old stuff just isn't working anymore. I think everybody knows that. So it requires a real you know adjustment of strategy and adjustment of tactics, or else we're just not going to make it. So that's it. So if you want to find out more about one of our strategy sessions, you can do that by visiting highimpactcoaching.co.uk/strategy-session, and that address is on the screen. I'm going to leave that on the screen for a little bit so you can get that, and wherever you see this video, I'm going to try and post the link somewhere close to it, either below it or something like that. So good luck, and we look forward to hearing from you, having you on one of our webinars, or helping you in some way in the future.